The MCU is back in theaters, and Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, is back, and she's not alone because she has family. Really, Dom? Get up out of here.
Drip, drip, everybody tripping, slipping on my drip. Got swag and we drip. Got swag and we drip.
Welcome back, Swag Team. It's your boy, the Swagologist, back again with another SwagU movie review, and today we are doing Black Widow. She is finally here in theaters and on Disney Plus with premiere access. So if you want to stay at home and watch it like that, you can. But of course, you'll have to pay the $29.99. I believe it's still the same fee for the film. But if you want to watch it at home, you can do that as well. But I had to go to the theater to see this. As you might be able to tell, I got my Black Widow cup. You know what I'm saying? For seeing it in the theater. And they got this awesome little coin thingy. This actually comes out, and I think that's pretty dope. But yeah, they finally got the cups back, man. I was so excited to get one of these. As you can tell, I collect them, you know. And so I got my cup in there, as well as my popcorn bucket. Gotta love that. Anyways, back to the review. So yes, I was so excited to see this in IMAX. Got there, and I can say that I did enjoy this film. Is it the best MCU film out today? No, it is not, but it is a good film in my opinion, and it goes well with the MCU proper as it is. And of course, if you don't know, this film takes place in between the events of Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. That's where this takes place. So if you know what happens to her in Endgame, which I will not spoil, or any other movies for that matter, I will not spoil that here today. I will talk more in depth about it in my spoiler review. But for you that wants to get caught up in Natasha's world, Black Widow, or Black Widow is your first MCU film because you love Scarlett Johansson and you just haven't got around to seeing the other films, but you like seeing her movies only or something of that nature, or you just haven't got around to seeing some of these films that she's in, to get caught up, you need to watch Iron Man 2 as her first ever film, but it's not necessary. Like, the necessary films would probably be like your Civil War, Age of Ultron, Civil War, like all the Avengers films really is what you really need for this. But Iron Man 2 is her first ever film, so it'd be like Iron Man 2, then I believe Avengers, the first one, then Age of Ultron, well actually Winter Soldier, the Winter Soldier in between Avengers, Age of Ultron, then Civil War, then Infinity War, then Endgame, and then you are caught up on all of Natasha's story, except for this segment right here that we're getting fulfilled in Black Widow. And I think they did a good job with the concept of the film, the plot of the film, the story itself. I enjoyed what they put forth in this film. I think Natasha Romanoff, well, Scarlett Johansson, is so good at this role that where I just calling her Natasha Romanoff, you understand what I'm saying? Like, she is really dived in deep. She knows the character very well. Of course, playing her for these many years, she has gotten her down pat to a science, and she's really believable into the characters to where I don't see Scarlett Johansson, I just see Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow. I really like her in this film, but as I said earlier in the beginning, she's also back with family, and as we know her, we know only of her family as in the Avengers, but she's also had this other family that she grew up with, featuring Florence Pugh, David Harbour, and Delano Weiss. And all of them were excellent for what they had to do, but I think the standouts for sure had to be Florence Pugh as Yelena, I forgot her, for this Natasha's sister, and also David Harbour as Red Guardian, you know what I'm saying? And he will let you know he is Red Guardian. I think they did an amazing job in their roles. I love them. I can't wait to see more of them. If we can get more of them, who knows? I mean, we got more of Natasha, we got more of other, characters. So I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow get more of these two, but I loved seeing them in this film, especially the banter between the sisters, as in Natasha and Florence's character. I think they did a great job in that, and they were believable as sisters. And then Red Guardian, David Harbour was hilarious. He was so funny in this film, and he did a good job, and his banter between him and the two sisters was excellent. I think they did a good job with that. Now, I'm going to talk about the villains real quick, because they're kind of, like, to be honest, the villains are kind of forgetful, but I think part of that reason is because this is like a pocketed time in the MCU. You understand what I'm saying? Because we already know Natasha's story. We already know some of these character stories, where they end up, you know what I mean? So for the villains to be something substantial but not be heard about in other films is interesting. But I was stupid excited about TaskMaster. Obviously, if you saw from my cup, I like TaskMaster. I think that villain is amazing. And I had a theory. If you've seen my other trailer reactions for Black Widow, you know my theory was that I feel like TaskMaster, even though in the comics has been a he, his most of the time and everything like that. I think all of the time, honestly. I haven't seen a comic or a story that says any other thing. If you know any other ways that TaskMaster has been portrayed in the comic book other than male, let me know in the comment section below. But I haven't seen it. So my theory was that he was going to be a female in this film. Now, I'm not going to say whether that's correct or whether I was correct or wrong in this review. But when you check out my spoiler review, I'll let you know there. But was I happy with what I got from TaskMaster? I accepted it. I'll say that. I accepted it. Would I have liked to have seen a little bit more cooler things with him? Sure. But I didn't get all of what I wanted with TaskMaster, because TaskMaster is dope, normally talks a bunch of shit, and like, because he can match you move for move. So he'll talk a bunch of shit, match you move for move, and then you have to do something expected to beat him. Now, was there something expected to happen to beat him? I'll let you find out when you see it. And was his move showcased? I mean, if you've seen any of the trailers, and if you watch this channel, I'm sure you have, then you know he does do some epic Avengers things, but was it epic enough? I feel like it was acceptable for what they was trying to tell in this story, but I hope to finally see him. I hope I see him again. I hope we see him again somehow, some way, maybe in a, different form, maybe, I don't know, who knows? But I mean, it's possible. So I'm keeping hope alive. Now, the leader of the Red Room, the big bad, I think his name was Dreykov. But see, that's the thing. He's kind of forgettable, but I'm going to call it Dreykov. I believe it's Dreykov. Let me know in the comment section below if you've seen the film, what his actual name is, but I'm almost certain it's Dreykov. I'll probably have the edit right there of what his name is or whatever. But yeah, Dreykov is a big bad. He's a ghost, basically, because Natasha thought she took care of him a long time ago, but to come to find out, he's still around, you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate that him and TaskMaster wasn't that big of a deal, but we're used to this in the MCU for the most part. Most villains are there to elevate the heroes, and this is kind of like, this film kind of falls back into phase 1 type filming, where we boost the heroes, we have a villain that kind of mirrors them, and this one literally mirrors moves, and then we have the big bad normally is forgettable because they get defeated in some kind of way in the film. Now, I'm not saying that he got defeated or not. It's just they normally are forgettable for a set of reasons. I think the most reason for this fact is because it's a pocketed timeline, you know what I'm saying, for the film, and that's why he's not all that, like, you know, amazing like a Thanos or a Killmonger or a Loki for that matter. But Loki, you know, as you've been seeing on Disney Plus, I'm sure, is one of our favorites, and he's went from bad to what he is to now, you know what I'm saying, a villain to what he is today. But I still like this film a lot. Like I said, the story I enjoyed. Natasha, aka Black Widow, was perfect. I mean, she's mastered this character. But Scarlett Johansson's just a monster as an actress anyway. And then I love the supporting cast, as in the family. I think all of them were great, and that's what gets me hyped for the film. That's why I liked it. That's why I enjoyed it, and that's why I took away with my SwagU grade. And my SwagU grade for Black Widow would have to be a solid A. I wanted to give it an A+. I actually really wanted to give it an A++, but it didn't reach that higher level. I think it's because the villains were kind of like meh, but they were believable. I hated them, especially the Red Room guy. Didn't like him at all, but there was room there. But I feel like this movie completes what we needed for Black Widow. You know what I'm saying? Her story was fully fleshed out with this, in my opinion. Is there an after credit scene? There is an after credit scene. Of course, we're Marvel, and why would they bring back the first movie without an after credit scene? But yes, there is an after credit scene. There is no mid credit scene, but I think they put that mid credit scene basically at the end of the movie, because it feels like there's a mid credit scene, but it's not no like colorful fancy credits then a scene. That would be the mid credit. And then, you know, the black and white crawl for the regular credits, and then after credit scene. There's just the after credit scene, but there's kind of a mid credit scene, and that almost made me cry. The mid credit scene thingy that I'm talking about at the very, very end of the film. Not the end of the credits, but the end of the film. But there is an after credit scene, so make sure you stay for that. But as MCU fans, we all know to stay after the credits anyway. But I just want to let you know, for the fans that, you know, just can't wait that much longer and want to get up out of there, you might want to stay for this. But I'm gonna have to say that if you haven't checked out these Disney Plus shows, I think you should check them out. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else other than that. I think you should check out these Disney Plus shows. It might upgrade your experience. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I am doing reviews for that. I haven't got around to, I didn't do reviews for WandaVision, but I will if y'all ask me to. And I didn't do any for Loki, but I have seen every single episode of each one of these shows. So, but I am working hard on the Falcon and Winter Soldier ones. They're just in editing hell. But anyways, let me know how you feel about Black Widow in the comment section below. Are you excited to see it? Have you seen it? If you've seen it, let me know in the comment section below. If you're excited to see it now after you've seen my review, let me know all of that in the comment section below. And social media sites at the bottom. If you're new here and you're trying to join the Swag Team, make sure you hit that make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I hit it right here when it pops up on the side. Also, if you want to be the first of the Swag Team to see a video when it pops up on the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell. It'll pop right up when you join the Swag Team. So you hit that bell. You hit that subscribe button, then that bell will pop up. You click that ding, and you never miss a video pops up on the channel, whether it's on your computer, cell phone, tablet, whatever. They'll notify you when anytime the swag drops. So make sure you do that so you don't miss on any of the swag when it drops. But let me know how you feel about all of this in the comment section below. Any social media sites at the bottom. If you like this review, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It helps with the channel. But if you didn't like it, I ain't tripping. Look at Jordan, I ain't pipping. And until the next video, I love y'all 3000. I'll holla. Peace.